Previously on Test C teams. It's not Dinaar Blitzen that feels it, but Vars Malus, upon seeing the Sanguith crest this rise, Vars Malus is terrified. You can see a cone, like a cylindrical prism, a column of light, lance out from the surface of the planet itself toward the maw of the Sanguilith, and the gears become even slower and stop.
I don't think that beam does not belong to it. That beam belongs to the planet. Something there is working against it. We need to understand that.
You want to study the explosion from inside the collapsing building?
Yes.
She says someone must have come back first.
Papa said that they sent Mama first.
As he appears on the back of the ship, there is something like a whaling harpoon that is emitted from the Sanguilith that goes directly through his chest.
No.
And tugs him like a recalcitrant fish straight up into the sky. And as this happens, you hear like a whisper from over your shoulder, like from the sword. We're brothers. We can have a conversation like this. Sometimes, you don't know the whole plan.
Time is the enemy, the past, it threatens the fastest weapon. You wouldn't make it past a second, and that's the question. Play it brash and reckless, or choose a cautious solution you thought was prudent. In any sepulcher, pulchritude will become the putrid. It's that wealth that I'm pursuing. No mountain too steep or dungeon too deep to send expended remarks up to the top of the peak or beneath. They see you bleed, they come like sharks to it, while I swim in that money bin like Carl Barks drew it. So send your national parks druid, I'll send them home in a natural box with a closed top and most of the parts included. Save your breath for a cleric confessor. Death is a lesson and life is a tenured professor. But if you're seeking my official advice, sign on the dotted line and initial it twice.
Hello. I am Tycho Brahe of Penny and PAX. I'm also a Minifus Hereward Drawn CEO of Acquisitions Incorporated. But today, I'm Jerford K. Horcrims, your internet friend, and I'm here to run a game of Dungeons and Dragons for my friends, including these organisms at the table right now. To my right, a coherent beam of Lathander's Holy Light, Evelyn Martin.
I've ever gotten.
Wait, what's your thing? Be like,
no, hang on. She might not know she needs a thing. Don't put her on the spot.
I never been invited to have a thing.
Yeah.
Oh no, this is the time. Sometimes it's connected to your thing. So if you're like a beam of light, maybe there's a light aspect.
Well, when Evelyn prays, she goes like this.
Perfect.
Oh, very good.
Yes.
Yay.
It's like parallel, but to Yeah.
Exquisite. Yes, so you can see the entire beam.
Right.
Love it.
Marvelous. All right, imagine that had happened previously. Okay. To the right of my right, for example, now you're going to see one of the things that we have. To the right of my right, repping the natural world, Walnut, Dung, Grass, Kakram.
I know that one.
For the podcast, we're making bird hands.
Well, no, and they know that, but check this flock.
Yeah, the flock gets on it.
Yeah, we see that emote. To my left, not your grandma's grandma, except in those rare cases where she is your grandma's grandma, Rosie Biesinger. No, I was just going to say, we have a lot of questions about this, and we just...
Beam of light.
We just let it
Praise
happen.
Lathander.
I thought maybe it was a pepper grinder.
Yes.
I don't know why.
Sometimes it's a shake weight.
Somebody knows how it started. I don't know what it is.
I have no idea. It's hard
It's
to
not
say.
even a
but
staff move.
This is not how a staff move. No, and also surprises don't come out of it. But here we are.
Okay, this feels very rosy.
Yeah. the left of my left, emerging as though from a mist shroud. Cthulhu Drow.
What? Come on now. All right.
Okay.
Get in
all
here,
right,
buddy.
Here we go.
All right.
It's
This
like
is a
so-
drow hand job.
Well,
I also don't
Yeah.
remember how that started, but
That was how. At the mention of it, when it canonically needed to be established.
right now, Alyssa, before we begin today's adventure, my cauldron says that it's full.
oh my gosh.
So I just need to know if this is a bug or if this is something that actually happened. Because the show didn't know start yet.
The show no start yet. Can you keep your cauldrons under control?
Yeah, exactly.
People,
They're just excited.
they're excited.
I
Let's
know.
just. Alyssa says, "Let's just do it." And then there's drool coming out of all 4 of her eyes,
All right.
which
Drool
is how I
comes from
know
her
she's
eyes?
excited. Yes.
Alyssa's very unique, has a very unique physiology. So you may know, I mean, obviously you are familiar because Evelyn Marthain is, I've been told, auto-include at the front of your Idle Champions formation.
Mandatory.
Oh yeah.
It's just, it has to be that way.
Girl can take hits.
Yeah, for real.
And deal 'em.
Yeah, exactly. It's both ways. But did you know that now everybody from the C team is also in there
Yes.
doing battle with you in your
That makes
formation?
me so happy.
Now, and Nut, you
As
did.
of today, please go unlock Walnut in the Founders Day event.
Indeed. We will get to it. So obviously we're partnering with them. You may be familiar with it. In fact, I can almost guarantee that you're familiar with it because, well, here, I'm going to hit go, and then you see just how familiar.
For the podcast, we're going ba 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 ba.
As
No.
the cauldron fills. Whoa!
Like-
Whoa!
Come on.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, it got pretty real there. It got pretty real
all the way
there.
to 100%.
So get this. So obviously you play my quest in there, and then you do stuff, and then you get to make votes. Thank you so much for your votes. Putting a cool spin on the game this week. Of course, in the channel, there's also the chest you can get, free gold chest. It's once per account, obviously per week. Now, it also is filled with the cauldron, so we'll get to that too. But this week, Omen's quest is literally to unlock Walnut. So
Finally.
you just log
Playing
in.
favorites.
Exactly. Log in and unlock Walnut. Very, very much. I mean, a vital employee, obviously.
Yeah,
and that's-
which walnut?
Exactly. And that's being reflected in there.
Good alternate skin idea. Just add that little bunny tail.
Bunny tail!
Exactly. Walnika, as they say. Obviously, new voting choices for next week. Choose an item, sword or shield. That's next week's vote. Do my quest. Get great rewards.
Wait,
The end.
did you just say what the vote was to us out loud?
Yeah,
already
but
saw
but they're deeply. She plays every week, but
coded.
these days it isn't necessarily good or bad.
Right.
They are
That's not
very
wheel or
very
woe
much
anymore.
no.
Okay.
It's two unique polls in there. So that piece of text is done. What a treat! Now,
Commercial over.
Evelyn Marthain,
Yes. That's me.
you are.
I'm pretty sure.
Did I have a question for you that is a point of order at
Yeah.
first? My suspicion, knowing Chris Perkins, who we call C-Perk, we don't call him that.
Yeah.
Nobody calls him that.
See, Perky.
Shperk.
My guess is that Evelyn Marthain is actually like a chosen of Lathander, like with the cool abilities and stuff.
She has just the facts, not my feeling about whether
Yeah.
she's chosen Lathander. She has been given a boon directly from
Okay.
Lathander before.
Exactly.
What is the boon that she was given?
She was given like a special potion that she drank that gave her like insane constitution and some magical properties, and her weapon was blessed. I don't think at that same time, but similar types of circumstances. So definitely like Lathander is watching out for her.
Okay.
And she also, spoiler alert, when this is like a million episodes ago, so if you haven't watched it yet, sorry.
Yeah. It's also, Jesus dies.
Yeah.
So if you haven't gotten to the end of that one,
But when she was dead, briefly, she did see Lathander, and he
it's
seemed
just
to
a
be,
state. It's just a condition in
right,
this game.
temporarily.
Yeah.
Lathander did see each other, and he was beckoning to her, so he knows her personally.
I think I remember seeing that episode. Didn't like she saw her father or something?
That one was later.
Oh, okay.
When she actually died again, and actually went to the afterlife. This was one of the 4 times she died.
This is some Marvel
Yeah.
activity.
Well, when you're a paladin of Lathander, death is kind of a
No,
thing that you
it
deal with.
comes
It's like
with
It's like sick days.
Exactly.
It's like R'hllor, the Lord of Light from Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Just keeps resurrecting you. How many more times? Who
As
knows?
many as needed.
Let's kill her a few times. This
But
time.
it should break that down, like in the temple. It's recorded on the scrolls. It's like you have a certain number of sick days,
Yeah.
a certain number of death days.
Yeah, PTO.
And it's like, yeah, exactly. And it's like at the end of the year, you cash some of those in,
Right.
right?
Paid-
I have some dead days to
Paid
take.
termination. Off.
Close.
We'll figure it out.
It works. It works for me. Now, so Evelyn Marthain,
Yes.
it would not be out of the ordinary, I think, for a paladin of Lathander, specifically one as chosen and beloved as Evelyn Marthain, to occasionally experience the sort of vision that arrives to one in a dream.
Yeah.
There is, it is clear, comically clear. Occasionally mortals are given an opportunity to interpret the things that occur in dreams. Maybe there's a mysterious mask, or maybe there's like a jug and some cups, and it's like, I don't know, maybe.
What does it mean?
Yeah, exactly. Not this time.
No jugs this time.
No, well, there's as many jugs as you want to interact with. That's fine.
Nice.
Because you know where the jugs would be. Because behind you is your home, temporarily, perhaps blessedly repaired. And so you know where the jugs are kept.
Okay.
It would not be difficult to find a jug if you were jug-minded.
Okay. This home being the Waffle House in
Indeed.
Waterdeep. Okay.
Indeed. The difference, you would say, looking at it as someone with some familiarity with it, is that out the front door, there is no Waterdeep. There is simply a long, shining golden road.
Whoa.
A sun beckoning at its end.
Whoa. And this is all I see? It's
Yeah,
up to me to determine.
Behind it is
All jugs.
its home. It is. Yeah, it's nothing but jugs.
Where they should be.
Your
filling
home,
the home.
You're exactly. Your home is a jug. No, that's not what it is. It's 100% father-son time for Paulton.
Oh, okay.
Maximum baking, full coven baking, active.
Okay. So everyone's busy.
This is as it should be.
Okay.
And then out this front door, this is as it should be as well. The Dawn Road, a classic, if not trite, piece of Lathander iconography.
What a call to adventure.
Yeah.
I-
Evelyn will skip merrily down the road.
I feel like it's quite clear. I mean, I feel like
Hang on, what's going on in the house? Let's see.
I'm not gonna lie, that temptation did strike me.
no. This is Dungeons and Dragons, and we can play as much of it as we want, or as little.
I'm down to watch a one-person DCA game, honestly. I would be so excited for that.
We'll focus it way down.
For just the moment, Evelyn grabs a jug to go with her.
God, but how to choose?
You never know how long the road really will be when you're following Lathander.
It's true.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
she's gonna need some, some sparkling water.
Oh, okay.
The jug
Yeah.
of a carpenter.
Spicy water.
Yeah.
But yeah, if there is such a thing as a water deep, or a home without all of its walls, it's difficult to remember
Gotcha.
in the moment.
Okay.
Down this road, I would like a perception check from you.
3.
There's nothing out of the ordinary. Yeah, exactly. It's just like trampling, just like each heavy boot step, just a different creature
You mean fluttering boots?
annihilated.
she's
Exactly.
flying.
At the ankle.
Right.
With the classic. So you're
Hitting bugs and
So
stuff.
you're equipped to skip at
It's
a level
skipping
that
in air.
other
Yeah.
players can't even fathom.
It is a high level skip.
Yeah, this is a level, what, 10 skip? Level 11?
I mean, as high as skip levels go, it's one beyond that.
I feel like it's graduated to a frolic. Wouldn't you say?
I don't know.
You don't think so?
On the
Yeah.
prime material? I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if we're on the prime material.
I mean,
anymore.
like, I'm not one to claim a frolic, but you
No,
make your own decision.
No, but it can be given to you,
Right.
right?
So, thank you.
Another can suggest it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm glad we've established all
What is happening? I'm happy my friend Anna's on the show.
I haven't played D&D in so long, Amy.
No, I can provide it. I can provide, as I suggested, as much or as little Dungeons and Dragons as is required. This path is thoroughly detailed, like stone for stone, brick for brick. The farther you go down this path, the more you think that you can hear celestial tones, choirs of angelic presence.
I speak Celestial. Can I hear what they're like? Is it the typical like Lathander's so great and everything is awesome?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's similar to the Lego song.
Great, that's what I was assuming.
In most ways, but it is perfection, and clear. But the speaking celestial is helpful because there are verses deeper in. You know how did you spend? I don't even have to ask. You spent time in church.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So you know how there's like 5th and 6th verses of
yeah.
songs, and they get less
Faded
good.
out ones?
Yeah, they get like less good as they go on. It's like, God, I gotta get 6
Ran out
fucking
of
verses
ideas.
here. I
Yeah.
gotta get the whole thing. You have reached the verses that you don't remember from even the most fastidious priest is not trying to flex verse 6
Gotcha.
of this thing.
It's about how Lathander's a good speller and
No. It's about how Lathander is one aspect, but one aspect of a greater God.
Kind of buried the lead on that, huh? Waited till the 6th verse
A
to bust that
greater
out.
presence.
Evelyn's
that-
like, Lathander is awesome. Wait, what?
Yeah, exactly. Like you stop knowing it. You stop. This is not, strictly speaking, proper theology.
Evelyn has been dealing with, in Waterdeep at the Spires, some warring factions. One that says Aminator is the true...
I have talked to your dungeon.
Okay. So yeah, Evelyn is troubled by this based on what she has been
But
experiencing at the Spires.
they do not reflect, these lyrics don't suggest that there is an Aminator aspect or phase, or that they trade in and out, sort of a divine baton pass,
Yeah.
but that they exist in a single continuum. They are suggesting in this musical language that there exists a kind of choir of gods that sing in a single voice.
Ooh, that sounds beautiful.
It really does. Josh, if you'd be so kind.
What's happening?
So, as soon as the idea penetrates your mind, it becomes almost impossible to stop thinking of it. And the next step that you take echoes in a vast hall of amethyst crystal, larger than any church or chapel you've ever been in, but with just as much grandeur and something like it's almost like a malevolent flaunting of divine power. There could be nothing less. Lathander has a high opinion of Lathander, but this is not how he does it.
Right.
And as your as the step echoes through this place, you can see almost embedded into the wall is something like, and you've seen it before, heads of state, holy men and women laid in turn to rest for preparation. And what you see here is something like that, except they aren't flat against the ground. You've entered into something that combines a mausoleum and a chapel into a single piece. And then arranged directly solid in the wall are a great number of these casks almost. And they contain creatures or entities of various kinds. And you can see them in the same way that an insect on the path of metamorphosis might shiver or shudder inside the case. This is what Evelyn Marthane sees against the interior wall, arrayed around her. Thank you, Josh. Now, I have to go back to everybody else so that I can do the other part so that we can all come together in one place.
Sounds awesome.
Okay.
When last we saw our heroes, they were on the deck of a ship. Now, for new friends, let me establish that when I say ship, I really mean magical cart, transformed by virtue of its mystic, ancient druid horse into a vessel capable of traveling the stars.
Obviously.
I mean, it goes without saying, really, but I just wanted to make sure, obviously.
That's what I would assume.
Exactly, for new people.
Right.
That's
that
where
is
the
situation.
acronym SHIP came from.
Yeah.
I forget the words, but that's how you know.
It's something like that.
Transformed
Space
by
horse.
Druid space horse.
In
Progress?
in progress. Yes.
Dude,
And
no,
everyone knows it.
exactly.
Space horse in progress.
It's the sort of thing that it's like your grandma would have as a bumper sticker.
Yes.
no.
It's just like you're in that continuum. It's like, the Lord's working on me every day. All right.
Yep.
Rosie definitely has that
Yeah.
bumper sticker.
There's so much space back there.
Oh,
You
yeah.
could have as many stickers as you wanted. Like, it could get bad fast. But on the deck of this ship itself, manufactured from a rigorously crafted shadow, holding a prow of gold in the front, a horse sort of preening at the bow, golden sails down. Angelic creatures have begun to rise from the strange city that the ship was over.
Right, right. The Celestials. Okay. And we saw these winged creatures below, and they had noticed us.
It's true.
They had taken flight toward us. I believe,
That's
at the
exactly right.
End of our last
This is
episode.
all great information, and it's all valid.
And
Okay.
also, Bars had just gotten ripped out of Dinaar.
Right. Yes. So, where is Dinaar?
Dinaar is kneeling down, essentially holding himself up on the deck with a toothbrush.
Okay.
Religion checks would be good
Sure.
at this time, just
Okay.
to see if
Love to.
see if you're gonna do well at pub trivia.
It's one of my worst skills.
Yikes. Oh,
This
brutal.
is the toolbox. I got a 3.
10.
10.
Okay, that's good.
Good as it gets.
Hell,
All
I
right.
got
Yeah.
7.
I mean, you're familiar with the tropes of angelic creatures, servants of the gods, and this is a trite, you would say, retelling of those hoary old tropes.
These creatures, you mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
So they're checking all the boxes, is what you're saying.
Yeah, it's a little much.
Oh yeah, great.
It's too much, honestly.
So they're like glowing and handsome.
Well, they are absolutely without a stitch above the waist, and they have, it's like the feathery wings, like they're really doing it. Like they're really devoted to this idea.
Does it look? Sorry.
Please.
Does it look like it's in earnest, or does it look like it's performative in some way? Because you said that their faces were. It was like, what was it was like a scowl or
Yeah, like a sneer.
And they've
Yeah.
almost.
got spears tipped with the amethyst of the sanguine.
Correct.
yeah.
Tipped with it wherever they are not made from it entire.
Okay.
So there's a variety of weapon forms in this place, and even from here, just sort of glinting down in the sort of mock buildings that you see down below, the ones that have not opened to reveal this strange beam that somehow stunned the sanguine. You think you can see their shapes moving in there as well.
I can't remember if I already asked this when I when I pull my eye patch down. Do these celestial creatures look any different from my regular eye?
They are absolutely entirely devoted at the molecular level to the adversary.
Okay. Bad guys. All right. And how many of them? Yeah. How many of them are approaching us?
Well, there appears to be two distinct sorts. So imagine that they have risen in front of the vessel.
Like,
Yeah, exactly. Like one at a time. And imagine that they have assumed in aggregate a kind of shape, a formation in front of the bow that looks something like a W. And the entity that has sort of taken its place at the center of this seems both physically distinct from the others, and their method of armament is distinct as well.
How so?
This one in the middle has something, I mean, it's very clearly meant to be a bow. You would call it that.
Okay.
But it has other things about it. This bow is something like it has the beauty of an instrument. Like the grain, it's clearly some kind of wood, but its light catches it in an odd way.
Okay.
Like you're not, whatever tree this is from, you don't think grows maybe even on the prime material plane.
And this, when I look at this middle creature, it is also molecular level devoted to the adversary. Okay.
It's absolute. And as they occupy the space, as they assume this shape together, none of them have their eyes open.
Oh,
Yikes.
yikes.
The other four out at the edge. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, the other four. I had it correct. Have begun to sing.
Oh boy. In for a treat.
I look at Walnut, and we're outnumbered. We gotta. Should we turn around?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's get out of here.
Okay. All right. So upon seeing this, I glance at Walnut, and Walnut does the "we gotta go" gesture. So I start to pull back on the wheel to try to get us out of this harm's way. Something. So they're calling something down, and we don't trust it.
Okay. I just want you to look at the number and tell me.
No.
That's a good number. It's a
Womp,
20.
womp,
It's a 20. Up, womp, 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 womp.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say, there's no reason that they can't be
You guys can
rewarded.
rejoice.
Oh, womp womp womp.
Enjoy it.
Shadow Council, your servant
What'd you get? What'd you give them, Jerry?
Splendor the Solar,
Oh, splendor. Great.
some science fiction stuff.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Are they silver aluminum with orange inlay or yellow?
Yeah, it looks like some pretty sci-fi
Ooh,
stuff.
That's
This looks like the sort of you would use these dice to lose money on a space station casino.
In Coruscant. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's the level we're talking about here. But it draws the this like lightning fast. It draws the string back without, and there's no arrow anywhere. that you can see. There's no quiver, but as it reaches its full length, there is a flash and a silver, just a long, slender missile enters it.
Okay.
And when it looses it, it sails directly over the deck in a flawless, perfect arc and hits Dinaar.
Oh.
What?
And it hits Dinaar, and Dinaar ceases to exist to such an extent that it does not slow the flight of the missile.
He just
Whoa.
blanks out?
He just is gone. The missile then lands itself halfway into the material of the boat.
Okay. Is it near me?
Here you are at the helm. Dinaar is back up here.
Or he was?
He was.
Yeah. Okay.
And his sword hits the ground.
Which one? Toothbrush or toothbrush?
This is Toothbrush.
Okay.
He is gone, and his second sword is gone with him.
Wow. Okay.
Can you give me a perception roll?
Sure.
Anybody who's on the deck should give me a perception.
All of us are, yeah. 16?
Hey.
That's better.
16?
Yeah, 16. Same.
The sound is odd. When the blade falls and strikes the deck, there is an odd hollow ring to it.
Oh. Okay. This is a lot.
We gotta get out of here.
Yeah. I don't want any of the rest of us to vanish, so.
So when I see this person, this creature, pull back its bow, and I see that it's made of wood.
Yeah. Some kind of wood.
Okay, well, I am a druid learning that I have dominion over natural things, even here in this place in
Even
space.
here.
So I want to use. We'll see if you'll let me do this. If I were to use plant growth on it, could it gnarl itself in such a way that it could not be easily used for a minute, for like one round?
I think that's awesome. Yeah. So, what is the save structure for that?
It is just instantaneous. It channels vitality into plants in a specific area. So I can make stuff difficult terrain, which is what I'm thinking with this. Or if I cast it over 8 hours, it just makes the land nice, yields double harvest.
Nice.
It improves the bow.
There's snacks on it now.
Little tomatoes.
Oh, these are coming in nice.
Yeah. So it twists.
Yeah.
It twists itself around its central axis,
Yes.
becoming something like a rod or staff, which you suspect would probably be a nice thing to have. And it just drops it.
Oh. Well, there goes that.
It's one less bow to worry about.
It's true. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, no, I'm pulling us. I'm trying to get us out of this atmosphere, this planet, and get back into space.
I'm gonna, if I've also noticed that hollow sound, I'm gonna go investigate Toothbrush.
Hit it.
See what's going on. Yeah, let me approach, and I will grab the handle with the intent of putting it into either my father's study or the horseperson bag, just for later.
I love
Or
it.
maybe I could make it into a tombstone for our friend Dinaar.
Yeah, well, it's ready to go.
Yeah.
So you want to do a quick perception on it?
If you wish me to, I will.
I wasn't sure what you were trying to do.
No,
You're
no.
just getting it in the bag.
I'll happily grab it.
Oh.
He's looting the body.
Yeah. There's no body
There's
anymore.
no Dinaar's not here, so he won't mind.
It's a
Whoop.
free sword.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dinaar!
Well, I tried.
So you reach down.
I literally grasp the sword about the not sharp part.
Yeah.
Where that all swords have.
The hand
And then I
place.
hold it, and then I'm like, that strange arrow must have also imparted an odd sonic signature to it. I'll just throw it in my bag, though.
Yeah, exactly. Marvelous.
This needs to be investigated further later.
I'm not worried about my friend Dinaar, but this sword.
He'll want it back.
Oh, that's interesting though, because Thriss would be like, he's just gone for a little bit.
Listen, I don't know. The next thing I need to do is look at that arrow, if it's still embedded in the deck.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Now I want to go and perceive this thing.
Everybody else is like thinking about this correctly,
Oh yeah.
and Cthulhu is not.
No.
The things. There are two things here that we can look at, and I will.
Yeah.
Believe me.
Ungainly at its best, toothbrush is not balanced as a weapon.
Oh, and even I noticed that.
Yeah.
My familiarity with great swords.
Yeah, well, as a hexblade, no doubt,
Well, that's true.
the divine language of the weapon.
Oh, it's just wrong.
Yeah, you could not use it as a weapon. You don't think?
It's like a prop.
That's what it feels like.
It looks the same as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, as near as you can tell.
Now I'm recalling the last adventure. We didn't hear that.
No.
Yeah, okay. That's not privy to us. What would let me investigate this thing.
Hit it.
See what I know of how familiar I am with his sword.
It's not really the time, Thriss.
Check out this sword. Yeah, that's gonna get me somewhere. That's 10. That's nothing. It's his sword, all right. It smells like his sword.
Yeah, you're right. It's in the rich oils. Are you trying to check out the arrow?
Yeah. Let me do the arrow also. It's embedded.
It is.
Am I confident that I? Yeah. Let me do. Hey. Let's just perceive it. See what I know.
Let's not touch.
I'm not gonna touch this one. It's the one that did all the work.
Hey.
Woo!
That's what you get for not touching.
Yeah, that's gonna be like a 23. I look at all the contours of this thing. It's like I look at it so hard, it's as if I touch it and then disappear.
I touch it with my eye. No, it's very fine on the surface of it, but it's covered in writing.
Oh.
I mean, too dense to read with the naked eye. You can just tell that it's not uniform. It is inscribed throughout its.
But I can tell it's writing. I can't get anything out of it. I can read all writing.
I know that you can read all writing.
I can read all
but
writing.
to get a lot of detail, you would have like magnifying glasses and things like that.
Okay.
But you can make out the word Dinaar Blitzen.
Oh, okay.
What?
Well, I take comfort in that because it seems like it was whatever spell this is honed.
Well, yeah, at least it was custom,
Yeah.
right?
I think I'm gonna leave it where it is, regardless, until I find a lens,
Perfect.
so we don't forget him.
Exactly. So, as you, so you're seizing the opportunity to move the vessel.
Extremely.
Exactly. Give me your animal handling roll.
I shall.
For newcomers and old friends, we use the animal handling roll to control the boat.
Okay.
Okay, just
It is a
Well,
space
there was a horse involved.
Yeah.
I think he wants you to be a little impressed.
no, that's definitely not true.
What?
That is not.
Wow,
No,
Jerry.
I don't think that's it.
So it's 12.
Yeah. Okay.
Huh.
So you
Incredible.
so you wheel it around, and its properties have changed substantially. It's as you can feel like drag on the vessel itself as you are trying to turn it in space.
Oh.
Tractor beam.
Exactly. Our camera returns to Evelyn, my thing. So yeah, you're in a. It's almost completely quiet in here. Although you do hear some. You feel like you hear maybe at a distance some measure of that celestial choir.
Can I as I peer into these like cocoon type
Yes,
enclosures,
that's well put.
can I roll an insight check to see if I have any idea what's happening?
Hell yeah, you can.
It's probably not going to be great. 13.
Well, okay, I feel like I should tell you, Evelyn, on my show. So people have said that Chris's show is Halloween every episode, and our show is Valentine's Day every episode. Now, part of the
Not
reason
in a cute way.
no, part of the reason it works, part of the reason we're able to maintain that Valentine's Day feel is that we have charges that we can use for things.
To get very horny.
Because you did not know, I will allow it, if you would like to use 2 of your charges
You have
to
4.
get advantage on your roll. You did not know.
So you can use 2 charges to get advantage. You can use 4 charges to get anybody to re-roll any die, including him.
And that includes me.
Oh.
And then if you get, if Jerry has given you an ult power, that is also 4 charges, I believe.
Exactly. And 8, you give a Happy Meal, and you get to pick the toy. It can be a boy toy or a girl toy.
How do I get the charges? Do I just start with 4 and that's all I get the whole time?
No,
Have to do anything.
the audience is donating.
Okay, that's
them
what
to
I
you.
thought.
Yeah.
Okay, audience.
Yes. Yeah.
I love you.
See, Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day, Evelyn. Now, so that's it. So I'm saying you have the opportunity. You did not know about it. You can save those for the future.
I'm going to save them because for Evelyn, a 13 inside was like, yeah, it's probably that.
Just gonna say, and,
Yeah.
this is also whoever is in this chair doesn't like to use their charges, and
I'm a
so
charge holder.
you're. I was just gonna say you're right here. You're manifesting an intense Ryan Hartman energy.
I'm so much of a hoarder on these things that at the descent, when I had a soul coin that I could use to beg Chris Perkins for my life, I held onto it so tight that my neighbor gave hers for me. So we will try.
Exactly
Oh,
right.
thanks. Look, I got another one.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Ease.
Yes. So you can absolutely do what you have suggested.
Yeah.
So you're trying to peek around, and this is exactly which type of check. This is insight.
That's what I rolled, yeah. I mean, unless I should, if you think like religion would be more appropriate.
Religion would be exquisite for this.
Actually, it's the same modifier, so
Okay.
13 still.
All right. So, yeah, this definitely looks like, like I say, it looks something like internment, like for like the finest, like the upper crust, finest heads of state, beloved priests and paladins. Bodies returned from war upon great feats, but they are gigantic. Like whatever is held in this chain of them that you see in front of you, and it goes almost all the way around you. Whatever is held in them, they're not mortal bodies. And you don't think it's being lensed or something through the crystal. They seem to be made from the same material as the rest of it.
So the bodies seem to be made of crystal?
No, they're held in something.
Oh,
So
they're
everything
held.
seems to be of a
Okay.
sort of uniform material. But they are the caskets themselves. These vertical caskets that are holding them are inscribed, each of them with a kind of symbol or name.
And that I take that to be like their identifying.
That's what it. Yeah, that would be reasonable.
And they seem to be undergoing some sort of metamorphosis. You
Well,
said.
yeah, that's how it would look, in that they are held in something that is transparent to a certain extent, and then you can see them sort of like shiver or even convulse
So I don't see
inside,
changing.
and it's not uniform at all.
Gotcha.
Like it just happens around you.
Can I don't know if maybe this is another religion check, but do I have any inclination of like what is the appropriate religious etiquette to enact in a place like this? Like this is obviously some sort of like very, very high level mausoleum or something like
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So like, what would
let's-
I do?
Let's do it. I mean, basically, just tap into your catalog of obeisances and songs.
So I rolled a 16.
That's perfectly good.
So I recite a prayer of like honor for those who have come before and of asking for guidance from Lathander to be as worthy as they are.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
No, it's good. It's so good.
This is great.
So the color, as I've already suggested, is a sort of like an amethyst, like a violet quartz.
Which he thinks is very pretty.
Yeah, and it looks like for a second at your earnest prayer, it's like something flows through the stone, and it darkens inside. What? You begin to take note of some of the other novel features. At the very behind you, there is something like a circular aperture that looks to be made from almost like a stack of slowly moving gears. Almost imagine like the mechanism of a 10-speed bicycle. Just imagine that there is something like an orifice or something in the base of the floor that is made up from these graduated gears. And then through that is shining a column of pure white light. And that's where the source of the light seems to be in here. And you hear a voice. It sounds like a person is right next to you, even though there is no one here. And it says, Lathander cannot hear you, child.
Well, that can't be true because Lathander is always there to hear my prayers. Hi, who is this?
He says, I could not appreciate your enthusiasm more.
That's so sweet of you. Who's this?
Well, I have...
She's like looking around.
Yeah, exactly. He says, well, you will be able to speak with Lathander very soon.
You know, over the years I've learned about something called ominous, and that sounds real ominous.
Quite to the contrary. I'm not without knowledge of your exploits. This is the beginning, I think, of a very successful collaboration.
It's just that, you know, I love to collaborate. It's like one of my favorites. But I have found that when I collaborate with people without doing a little due diligence, sometimes I get myself and my friends into a little bit of trouble. So I hope you understand. I'm not trying to be rude or anything. Just who is this?
The crystal, so as I've suggested, in front of you, there is, let's see, 1, 2, 3. I have a list. There is 8 of these chambers, and the wall to the just to the right of the 8th chamber, everything else seems to be made of, again, something like a crystal or a stone, and it begins to like bulge and press out in a way that you do not associate with stone proper. And it just sort of pushes itself out like one piece at a time until it fills out something else, like something like the other chambers, except empty.
Oh, no.
And at the base of it, there is just this creeping carpet of mercury-like silver liquid that's just expressed like as though from a cyst.
Gross.
This is so weird and conflicting and pretty and gross. I'm going to say nope on that one. I'm going to go. Nice to meet you. And I'm going to try and turn and leave
Let's see it.
with a roll.
Oh, yeah, I mean, just so I'll describe we have this white column in the middle that is going up, and its width is substantial. I mean, perhaps 100 feet or more wide, straight through the middle. Like a column of light that has something like a solid quality about it. It's strange and mystical in
Well,
its
and
nature.
so that's in the middle of the floor, and I'm imagining that I came in a door
Yes,
and then had to like walk around that, and then here's the front with like.
When the vision abated, you were simply standing before the 8 chambers.
Okay.
It's like the Wu-Tang Clan.
Okay.
Just 8 chambers.
So there isn't necessarily a door that I came in
No,
that I can leave
that
by.
seems to be the entrance or exit or something. But that's the information that you have.
The column of light seems to be
Indeed.
the entrance or exit. Got it.
If there's another exit, you don't know about it yet.
I'm gonna poke the light real quick, just with the butt end of my battle axe. Just see what it does.
It flows around it.
Okay.
Imagine that there's pressure from the base of it, and then when you put it in, it's like a fondue pot type thing. Like whatever this light is caught by the haft and sort of flows around it, and then
So it seems to have an
collects.
upward.
Exactly.
Okay. I'm gonna put a finger in it just to make sure that it doesn't eat me.
It's not.
Okay.
It is not hot
Okay.
or cold.
She's gonna jump right into it. Just plug nose. Whee!
Enough.
Yeah.
Here, can I get a? See, I always say it wrong. Help me out here, 6E. We're looking for a dexterity saving throw.
Yes.
Saving throw.
Dexterity
We
saving
just call
throw.
them checks all the time.
Which I think can add 5 to myself because of my aura. Which I can there. Okay. 1 moment. Aura of protection. All friendly creatures. Yes. Saving throw plus 5. Okay. And you said this is a dex?
I did.
Okay. So we're gonna get 24.
Marvelous. It's exquisite. So you turn.
does a little, like, Sailor Moon
So you jump in to this flow, and behind you, you can hear something, missiles, striking the surface of that. But this material has an upward cast, and it needs to be sort of moved through. Like you basically need to force your way through it. Like it's like swimming in delicious cheddar.
All right, I'm using. I've never had to make a swim. Well, actually, I have had to make a swim check with Evelyn, and I'm surprised I didn't think of this before. But Evelyn has little wings on her boots, and I feel like
Exactly.
those could add like a little bit of
Oh, yeah.
motor to the swim. So, I would assume that her swimming is really, really good, and she's swimming upward.
Yeah, I guess that's true. So you're trying to swim out the top
Yeah.
of this thing? Marvelous. Let's see it. So you get in there. If you're trying to go up with the flow, there's no check required.
Great. Yeah, she's just jumping in and like bye bye.
Nice.
Right. So you are carried like an elevator, essentially, up through the top of this thing. And at the end, there are what seem to be, like inside this column with you, there seem to be, like as you're passing through it, chunks of the crystal structure just sort of like suspended and floating in this mixture. And as you're ejected from the top, you can see that column just continues out. And what you see from here looks like a night sky that, generally speaking, if we're like in a terrestrial condition, we have all of our ground stuff down here, and then we have all of our sky stuff up here.
Generally.
That's how I like it.
The ratio
Classic.
is off.
Okay.
The ratio is off. It is like 95% night sky. Looking down this cathedral, below it, you can sort of see from the top here, you can see the source of this column, this beam. And it looks like a gigantic marble, like a gigantic ball, on the surface of which, from here, you can see little towns and cities just arranged around the surface of this ball.
You said that there were little chunks flying with me as I came.
Yeah. Out of the top of this, there is. You're not sure that this is supposed to go through here.
Gotcha.
You look at
Yeah.
it like what you're seeing at the top doesn't seem intentional in terms of the crystal structure.
Gotcha.
You don't think it was a part of the original design?
Well, either way, can she snag a piece of amethyst?
Absolutely. Yeah. There's no shortage.
She's gonna pocket like a couple
Yeah,
pieces
pocket as
that
much
look
as you
pretty,
can.
just kind of as she's on her way.
Fill
up.
your
Ooh,
bags
oh,
with it.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Have as much as possible.
Great.
Get 'em.
Eat some.
Well, I'm good right now.
I'm trying to quit.
And so, I mean, there's an opportunity here to look down from the top of this structure. And then way, way down by the little town, you can see a little ship, a little boat sailing, not in the ocean, but sort of in the air above the town,
Okay.
like a bath toy,
Okay.
Come on.
just bobbing
A
around
regal bath toy.
in that space.
I
And-
assume I feel strangely drawn to it for some reason.
That's one possibility, to be sure. And then over the edge of that marble, you can see what looks like a sunrise,
Oh.
like casting a holy light over this strange mausoleum over the town, and growing closer and closer. And that light fills you with purpose, joy, and energy.
Like a Death Star will be in range type of thing? Like it's coming
Yeah,
from-
exactly. This is like
Okay.
the polar opposite of a Death Star. So imagine a
Okay.
situation where you are here and then there's a Death Star, and that's a bad feeling.
Right.
Imagine the polar opposite good version of that feeling, where in this time, instead of a mechanical moon device, what you see instead is an almost prime material physical representation of your God's love and glory.
Lathander's on the way.
Yeah, you feel very confident with this type of manifestation that things are going to start going your way very quickly.
Great. Well, presumably Lathander has brought me here to help with, everyone down on the surface as the light washes over them and,
Yeah.
make sure everybody's ready to receive his holy blessing.
Yeah, somebody has definitely brought somebody here for some reason. That upon this topic, I think we can find wide agreement.
Great.
So, what is your next move?
I'm going to head down toward the surface of this.
So you can basically slide. So the structure sort of moves down. It's almost like a crown or a cone from the top as it goes down, and then sort of comes up in jagged hook-like claws at 8 points around it.
So I can do a whoop.
You can absolutely, but I would avoid the claw. It looks very sharp. But a lot of the other flat part, I think that's a winner.
Cool.
I would definitely try to interact with that if I
Yeah,
could.
I'm actually even gonna do use the wing boots to grind it, all the way
Like
down.
really just flex on them.
Legolas.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then just right before the claw, do a nice little leap.
Yes.
So you catch that edge, perform a trick. Points are earned.
Barrel roll.
Exactly. Classic scenario. And then you, off of that, then you descend with great speed toward this boat. And you see something, begin to see something odd as you are going down, but I'll go into it from the perspective of people who are closer. This boat has gained somehow, you're not sure if it's dietary, you don't know why, but it has gained substantial drag and weight.
And it's pulling us back the way we came.
It's just making it difficult to move it.
Do I feel, since I'm sort of in tune with this ship as an extension of myself, is there anything I feel, I sense in my body?
Sure. So you extend you take a moment to extend your awareness out, and if anything, you have a very clear memory, and it reminds you of that. There was a time that you can recall where no less than 12 bee stinger children were all tugging on the apron.
That's too many.
That's what it feels like.
How'd they all get there? I'm 2 foot 11 and a half inches tall.
It's at a certain point, it's at a certain level, it's like, there's a lot going on right now. There's a lot to feel, there's a lot to think about. But no matter what it is, you feel like you can handle it. But whatever it is, no matter what it is, there's this God thing, there's this bizarre evil chapel, there's this beam. You think that that's all better than having the 12 kids on the apron. You think that if you had to choose between this onrushing cosmic war and that many kids and only 3 cookies.
So then I take all that in as I'm very much trying to get this ship away, but it's dragging on it. And I think of these children around my apron, and I look around, I look down, I see these like hell angels, and I look at Walnut and Cathris, and Dinaar's gone, and I go, I've seen worse. And I just keep trying. I'm pulling on this wheel as hard as I can.
Thinking about the kids.
Thinking about those kids.
It's not the kids.
Woo, it's better than 12 kids.
Right, so there is a sound, like a cracking sound from below the vessel. Just loud, just like a fire almost.
I
Like-
blew the warp nacelles.
Is it from
The port nacelles.
Yeah.
boat? Or is it from below? Like,
I mean, take a peek.
yeah, I'll lean over. I don't have anything else better to do.
I'm not
Checked
busy.
out the 2 other things on the deck, so I'll look under. Why not?
You see a seam. Imagine that at the base of this column of light, which we now know is like a delicious fondue, maybe like a
Fondue fountain.
Swiss, something like
a Swiss
that,
Gouda.
Havarti, right?
Yeah.
Like chef kiss. You can see lines below the beam beginning to extend out from the base of that metal structure that sort of bloomed open and is holding it. You can see lines, seams, it would appear, beginning to slide out in the cardinal directions
In 2
from the
cardinal
beam.
directions?
Yeah, exactly. So
So opposing.
opposing lines. So now that is actually at the center of growing lines that are reaching out. And you think that you can see sand and dust. Obviously, from your remove, it looks very slow, but you can see, as can you, Evelyn, sand and earth and occasionally plants, trees beginning to fall through these cracks.
So do I think that I shout out Tier 1. Sand. And the trees, too. That's how I say it. But do I think that this, whatever this beam is, which is being emitted from
Yes.
the planet, that this, whatever this false town that opened up to like confine the beam, is just honing something that's beneath, and now it's losing its hold on it?
It's your first thought.
Okay. All right, so I'll say this planet may be splitting in half, and I don't know what happens after that. I don't think the Sangolith stays. I don't think it's good. Like, I don't feel like this is part of the space halflings, like, that just like we wanted it to happen. And there go the seams. Perfect.
Give me the perception roll.
Okay.
I know you heard of it.
Yeah.
Wonk. Shadow Council, may our labors please you. Your servant Kithris, back at you with that boon. Now, obviously you've seen the sci-fi dice that I will use as a holographic projection hundreds of years from now to lose all of my money. Whatever we use for money then. This is the cool C-Team dice thing from Elderwood Academy. Look at it.
Ooh.
It comes apart. It goes back together.
I do.
Who can say what you could do with it?
Roll dice in there.
Do you want to break it apart?
You
Yeah. You can make a little tent.
we can let our guest break it apart.
That's true. You could turn it upside down and keep baby hamsters in it.
Yeah, exactly. It's like no dice, please.
Just hamsters.
Just wet mud.
We're close. But obviously we'll dish up who gets that later. This is a what do your L5C
Oh yeah.
situation,
I zoom in.
and you
Enhance.
you enhance the quadrant, and it's very, very regular.
Oh, like, okay. Interesting.
It is very, very regular.
Can I see, so in noticing this regularity, is there a glow from beneath as well as it sinks in?
near
Okay.
the beam?
Am I able to see, like, depth, like the edge? Can I see if this is just dirt, or is there a construct, or is the sand obscuring that? I don't know how much is a construct.
Right now beneath it, it's very dark.
Okay.
But there's obviously much, much more to learn. Could I get initiative rolls?
Uh-oh.
What?
The sand is
Including you.
Yay. A gentle 6.
9.
16.
Wow.
7.
Zeben. What was yours, Kithris?
6.
Okay.
9.
9. I think we got it. There's no Dinaar.
He's gone.
Ugh.
Kithris is after Evelyn.
Boop, boop.
Yeah.
Even so, for now, you're going to be this.
Oh, nice.
It's red. That's the takeaway for you.
Long
Some of the stuff I'm willing to try to explain.
I like that.
Warlock's a pet class in our game. There we are. So Walnut on grass. This formation of angelic creatures. Their song has risen in frenzy. That's the sound portion, but the faces have become completely placid in opposition to the sounds that are being emitted. I mean, they move around. They move around the craft as a single, as though they're all attached to something themselves.
Okay, great. This is fantastic. I love all this.
Great.
I know, babe.
I have a spell that I was saving.
That's
For
10.
for a anniversary?
No, I was just kind of hoping that it wouldn't be.
It wouldn't come to this?
I was hoping it would be for something else. But I would like to try and do planar binding on one of them.
Whoa.
Tell me more. That's some high level shit.
Valentine's Day.
So this is my other.
planar bondage.
Yeah.
This is my other 5th level spell that I took.
Yeah, we're getting into some shit.
Well, I mean, I take different ones every day.
You see,
but
once the
this is one I
spell
took
gets like
today.
3 big paragraphs, now you know shit's real.
Yeah, that scrolling
so
continues.
basically, just to sum it up, I can bind a celestial elemental fay or fiend to my service. The completion of the casting. Oh no! Wait, sorry. Good thing I didn't do this. It takes 24 hours to cast. Never mind.
Hold on,
Start
guys.
now.
I'm like, everybody chill. And then I just look at them and I think about it.
Think about how cool it'd be to have your own angel just for light tasks.
The best time to start would have been 24 hours ago, but the next best time to start is
Is
now.
right now. Is right now. Man, I am a one-trick pony.
How many
if I do
rounds are
this.
there in 24 hours?
6 seconds per round, 10 rounds per minute.
525,000.
600.
But hear me out.
rounds.
If you cast it at the 6th level, it has to do what you want for 10 days.
Dude, yeah, that sounds like a vacation.
Well, I'll never take that one again. And a waste of a 5th level slot, so fun for me.
Dang it.
Can you role play, maybe? Do you want to commit to Walnut trying that though? Like that's a pretty cool moment.
I want it to be like, for a second, she thinks like, oh, they're natural creatures. Even they are under my
Even here,
control.
in this
Yeah.
place.
And she looks at one and just sees its face and just immediately goes, no, never mind. That's awful. And she'll do call lightning
No,
at the
as
5th
you
level.
look at one, like we'll have like the one in the center. As you look, its eyes will open
Oh.
at the same time.
Oh, and she hates it. And she freaks out and she does call lightning at the 5th level. Please make that big boy do a dex 17.
Can do.
Ooh.
Oh God, that's actually the. All right, well, I guess we'll see how it goes. Dex 17.
Dex 17.
Oh nut!
Uh-oh.
It went your way.
It did?
It went your way, dude.
Okay. So it takes
Some damage.
5th level?
it takes 5d10.
Oh.
All right.
Donate unto me your d10s. And also, help me with basic addition.
Have some of
you,
these.
girl.
You're going to love those details.
Oh man, yeah, you're gonna love the way they roll.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I didn't give you my 100.
that's
but
5.
That'll work.
Okay. 10,
Ooh.
20,
Ooh.
7, 8, 33. Thank you.
33. Now,
gosh.
so and call lightning single target.
Blah, blah, blah. Cast a spell, lightning bolt. Each creature within 5 feet.
Nice. So they all have to make dex
So they
rolls?
all make their dex saving throws, and everybody gets half damage for people that save. And I can keep calling it down again, and it's concentration. And I know I can wild shape during concentration. this time.
Yeah.
So I am like unto a god.
Jeez Louise. All I can do is just punch a lot.
You're not a player. You just punch a lot.
I just punch a lot.
Oh, question. Do you think that there was an hour prior to this in which I had rested shortly? Or can I do nothing? Or have I no spells?
We have not rested, my love.
Okay, that's
No
fine.
way.
When did you use them all? I remember using one.
No, I did use both. Are you
have
saying
2
that
spell slots?
D&D Beyond made a mistake? No, I only have 2. I only have 2.
You have 2 spell slots?
Yeah,
That's it?
that's how it works. But if I rest for an hour, I can get them back.
Oh my
Well,
god.
I'll start resting.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously.
Sit down.
Yeah, I rest beneath the arrow. I meditate upon it.
Jeez.
Yeah, okay. All right, we'll see what we can
You
do.
got a buttload of cantrips.
I got a zillion cantrips.
Yeah.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
Did that just for you, bud.
Absolutely. So tell me about this. Tell me about this call lightning. Let's figure it
So-
out. This is a very strange place
I
already.
Imagine it. I'm assuming there's atmosphere on the planet that we're on.
Yeah.
So I imagine it like crackling up from the planet
I like it.
finding purchase in the beam, and then like cracking out from that.
Yeah. Yummy. So it feels like since that's an extra special sanguine beam that should get some extra juice on it on those attack rolls.
It is an ultralight beam.
This is. It was.
This is a god
It was
thing.
quite good. It was quite good, even as it was. That doesn't even. She did an awesome job. Rosie
What?
Bissanger.
On a boat.
Kill him.
So the solars are how far away from us?
They are like basically right off the port side.
Okay.
A boat word.
It means
But how far?
Boatward. How far?
about 20 feet.
All
Okay.
right there.
I gotta drive this boat. Geez, there's not a lot I can do. They're presumably going to attack us on their initiative turn, but I might be able to protect. What do I want to protect?
Freedom.
I want
Who's
to
my
protect.
favorite?
Who's my favorite child? Sophie's choice. I think that I would. Sorrel's on the ship with us, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. So wherever
She's just waiting for work.
She's not going to like this. She's going to be very upset with me.
Take her gun.
But
You have a gun.
I have a gun. I don't know how to use it. I don't know how 5 bullets, but I can menace people with it.
They can reference it.
I can talk about it. Go on, get out of here.
Just scatter.
No, I cast darkness centered on my sister because I don't want the solars to see her. I don't want them to unmake her the way they unmade Dinaar.
Gotcha.
So if they can't see her, now that will also mean she can't see anything, and neither can anyone in a 15-foot radius sphere around her, which might be a great deal of the ship. But it is a magical darkness. She can't see through it. And yeah. So yeah, it's centered on her, and she can't. There's no save. It just happens.
That's a way to make someone feel safe. Cloaked in yellowy darkness.
And wherever she goes, as long as I'm concentrating up to 10 minutes, wherever she goes, she can't see anything, and no one can see her. It's the best Rosie's got, and
That's great.
she's doing it. So yeah, I do that.
The marble, the dark marble you've invented, just begins to move around on the deck.
I yell, "Stay put! Stay still!
What did you do?
I'm protecting you."
Are you?
Yeah. Did you see what they did to Dinaar? Don't start with me. Just stay still.
Did he deserve it though? That's the.
What?
You see it. You see the marble get a little smaller, and put itself in the corner back in the ship.
Nice. Okay, good.
Now this says Ligoti, of course, but it's not Ligoti. It's Evelyn, I think.
Evelyn.
Right. So you are coming down now, and the closer you get, you think that you might actually recognize some of the people on the deck of this ship, even here, in this strange place you were drawn to, and surrounded by the light of Lathander. You know that your labors will come to good ends.
I like to imagine that I saw that lightning go off and was very impressed. Nice one, Walnut!
Well, it just goes, what are you doing in space?
I do as Lathander wills, and sometimes some other things for the sake of plot. And she flies down, and she's gonna, as she's on her way there, before she reaches them, she's going to cast, seeing that her friends are there and
They are.
wanting to make sure that she helps them as much as possible. She's going to cast Crusader's Mantle on herself. So
that's
you
a
see
great
her
one.
like, and the light of Lathander kind of comes around her like a cape. And as long as anyone is within a 30-foot radius of that cape, it awakens boldness in them and friendly creatures. And that would let you deal an extra 1d4 radiant damage when you hit with a weapon attack. Including myself. Nice. So we're all radiant damagers now.
We're all radiant.
Feel
now.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our
Pro V.
This is maybe table talky, but our not that it'll matter. Are celestials resistant to radiant damage?
I don't think that they're resistant to radiant damage. I mean, I have the information right here.
They're
you
healed
do.
by it.
Yeah. Whoops.
They have so much. They have so many cool powers.
Do.
I was assuming that radiant damage would hurt them, but I guess I should have.
No, resistant.
They're
Resistant still
resistant to
means
it?
they'll take half damage.
Exactly,
Yeah.
but they're not immune.
Might as well.
Right. Okay.
Still extra juice.
Dungeons and
Thanks,
Dragons.
6E.
Yeah, I was thinking. 6E back at it.
Stop
so-
calling me that.
Also, it still looks cool, and everyone feels super inspired.
No,
So-
exactly.
I'm not
no.
trying to nerf you.
No, I understand.
No.
Making Kithras more bold is
That's-
a miracle.
Yeah, that's
Let's
gonna be
see
amazing.
how that
Our
plays out.
boldness, yes.
Yeah. So you are draped in it, and like every stitch, every seam is flashing with power. So what do you do next?
Well, that would be my action, so all I have left is movement, and I'm just kind of moving toward them. So I'm heading toward the boat to land on the deck and let my, celestial cape flow behind me.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Perfect. Kafris.
Oh, I feel emboldened. Let me tell you that. And I don't know if it's the
Up front.
sword.
Do you feel Lathander in you?
Yes, even here in this place.
If you'd like, I can also perform a dedication rite for you to Lathander.
What does that do?
Well, first and foremost, it's about your personal devotion to Lathander in an emotional and spiritual sense, but also it would allow you to roll a d4 and add the number rolled to a save for the next 24 hours.
That's long lasting.
And fast acting.
Wow.
If you felt like you were ready to take that step toward the service of Lathander.
If it lasts longer than 24 hours.
Call your doctor.
Yeah, contact your
Call
priest.
Lathander, yeah.
Call Lathander.
Pray to a doctor. If you actually offer that, say, can I fake it? Would they know?
I'm pretty sure it doesn't. Well, I've never tried to dedicate someone who wasn't actually wanting to be dedicated. I think I personally have a moral objection to that, actually. So thanks for letting me know.
Point taken. Understood.
Learn something about myself.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go ahead and do fairy fire on these flying friends.
Oh, for a little advantage.
Anti-friends. Yeah, just for the advantage. You got to beat a dex 17 on each of them.
Okay. Easy to do.
Dang it.
Is it though?
Wow.
That's what I thought. They might be good at flying.
Man,
Yeah?
I'm ashamed. I wanted better from these creatures. The one in the center, the one at the far edge left. 17, you said?
Yeah.
The ones on the very outer edges
Yeah.
glow. The two nearest the center do not have fairy fire. Dinaar have fairy fire.
Okay.
And then in the center, the greatest of them is also glowing with a fairy light.
How many are there total?
You get 5.
Oh, there's 5. Okay. I was
Only
confused about
5.
the
So
configuration.
which ones are fairy fired?
The ones on the outside and the one in the middle.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that's 3 of them. Okay.
So we got these two.
Then that's
All
an
right.
advantage on all those, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cathris, just while we have this moment aside, could you tell me what's going on at all?
Like catch you up.
Yeah, just the TLDR.
I go to do awaken mind. Maybe try to like multitask, but it's not there anymore.
Oh shit! He's a
Can't do it.
Hexblade.
That's
Yeah.
right.
No more party line.
I have been what is the term? Consigned into the army of Maleth.
Praiser. He's here from across the ship.
Fraser!
Yes, she drove the Sangulith from me. I have a new form, thanks to my good friend Walnut. A fresh new body with which to serve as a keeper of Maleth's winter and fall
Collection.
wishes. Yeah, collection. Yeah. And I'm a Hexblade also.
Wow.
This is also, that's the god, the bad one that I don't like.
That one.
Did you just come out of there?
Are you pointing to the beam?
I'm pointing to the beam and the crystal thing above it. Yeah.
Yeah, I went for a little swim. Is that not good?
It's good that you're out.
Oh,
That's
great.
for the best.
Do I, as a servant of Lathander, have any particular feeling toward Maleth?
Maleth is. Well, give me a religion check. I mean, I'll tell you if that rings a bell.
I know everything about Maleth.
Oh my goodness! All right. Well, your servant Evelyn Marthane, though she knows it not, has offered you a boon. Absolutely. So it's a religious. It's a matter of some religious consternation among, not in the more like practiced religious school, in the wilder magic of druid and rangers. There is something like a cult, and you have an idea that Walnut belongs to it, or perhaps was just raised in it. But there was a matriarchal cult that existed in the Crypt Garden Forest that had sort of a dual goddess, and so one goddess was the master of spring and summer, and the other one was the master of fall and winter. And that the fall and winter, the dark months, was Maleth. And last you had heard, Maleth had at some point ceased to answer their prayers, and thus had fallen out of favor completely with that cult.
Cult's a real strong word.
I'm thinking this is like the Lathander propaganda
Exactly.
device, right? Like,
okay.
You wouldn't call it a cult, but other people might call it a cult.
So
that's fair.
you have people who dress in full plate and serve Lathander in towns and in dales, and then you have people that gather herbs at midnight with a silver sickle, and there's just some cultural distinctions here.
That's fair. We're from two different worlds.
Yeah.
It's never going to work.
It's never gonna work.
Okay.
But however that may be, here stands before you a hexblade of this goddess that you had understood had disappeared, or certainly had turned her back on her followers.
Well, I'm more of a summer girl myself, but I'm so happy to hear that you have found a path.
Journey.
Yes, finally, it's a celebrant of life and all of its processes. I will bring rot and flies to each of our enemies. Right?
I think maybe we should have a deeper philosophical discussion after we're out of danger from... These are the bad guys, right? We can all agree they're bad guys?
To rot and befly, yes.
Oh, okay. I'll let you handle that part after I smite them.
Smite them all to hell.
Right.
Right. So as this touching, did it stop? Did it beep?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it
Oh,
beeped.
that has never happened to me before.
You were lost.
How long
10
ago did it
years.
beep?
10 years ago, Jerry. Get over it.
Jerry Ellis has been dead the whole time.
Gosh, I'm so sorry. I was really, really having a good time.
It only just happened. Well, let's take a break and then come back.
Oh, hey,
Continue it.
Here, you know what? That's exactly right, Walnut. We're just going to pause this whole thing.
Yeah.
We're going to go use the restroom, and then we'll come back
Yeah.
drained.
Why not?
Do we always have to mention the P?
And
it's
it's a
what
big
comes
part
out.
of it for
It's
me.
one of the sponsors.
P.
It's what's for dinner.
Shadow Council, Mayor Leos please you. We will see you again very shortly.
It's what's from dinner.
Where's right?
Hello, I'm Jeffrey K. Horkrims. Welcome back to Tessie Teams. When last we saw our heroes, it was just about the enemy's turn.
No.
They don't get to
That's
go.
wrong, actually.
No,
The enemy
incorrect.
doesn't get turns.
Incorrect. No. So you are there floating above the deck of the ship. Evelyn, you've just had a delightful repartee with Cthulhu Straub. Walnut, your handiwork has been, not well received by the foe, but certainly noteworthy.
Received.
Yeah,
in anything.
indeed.
In a
Absorbed.
big way.
absorbing. That's all you want is a receptive audience. And you are also cool. You turned your sister. You turned your sister into an obsidian marble, and that's not something everybody can do.
Okay, Jerry.
You know what I mean? Some people they wouldn't be able to do that, but you have mastery over shadow. It's easy for you. They all 5 pairs of eyes open, and in an instant they swarm the deck of the ship. With it's just interleaved, like they're drawing some kind of a pattern on the surface of the ship. The paths that they fly seem so practiced and expert. But as a practical matter, what it means is that they attack Walnut Dawngrass.
Incredible. Love it.
All
so
5?
much HP.
Yeah, you're ready to go?
Ready to
You're
go.
topped up?
I'm completely topped up.
That hug from Dinaar last episode.
that mega-
That meaningful hug goodbye.
That mega hug.
That hug
Yeah, good timing for the hug, honestly.
Oh, he didn't have time to realize that I had charmed him before he got blunked out. So no consequences.
No, exactly. So we'll have to make sure that I'm sure it'll be done. But what will happen is that he'll figure it out later and be like, "Hey, wait a second! Isn't that part of the spell?"
Yeah.
Yeah. After it happens, hey, wait a second.
Hey.
Why I yada?
And so they sweep. It's like diving birds. Just one at a time, flashing out from this this symbol they've made themselves into.
Well, I'm going to let you know that my AC is a delicate 14.
Oh, I love it. Oh. The first one misses
Great.
and returns, but they each take 1 attack, return, and then sweep out for another attack. Wow. Nut!
I'm
Is it happening?
just like moving.
It's not happening. Yeah.
I'm moving away.
It's just lightly
Cat-like.
grazed.
Cat-like
Good
foot.
God!
These dumb birds.
All right. No,
I
so
was ready to die and accept death, and you gave me nothing, Jerry.
yeah, don't worry. There'll be more.
Get you a DM that rolls like Jerry.
There'll be more. Yeah, it plagues me even on stage. So each of these, so it's like the first couple, there's just this rush of ragged wind, so that after a few moments, when the hits begin, it is beyond shocking.
Okay.
Let's see. So the damage has a unique characteristic. So it starts with 12 points.
No.
So you're struck by these jagged crystalline maces
Ow.
that have a sweet incense burning in their center.
Okay. Lovely, but ow.
Yeah, exactly. But also there's problems. And then after when they connect, there is a flash from the entity.
Oh.
An additional jolt comes down that accompanies each strike.
Okay. I got it.
He usually makes that face when it's bad for you.
He's
For the
making that
podcast.
face for a long time.
For the podcast, he's making a very sour face.
It's 47 points.
That's fine.
Jeez.
It's okay.
Oh my gosh.
Everything okay. Everything gonna be okay.
Then-
Not if that happens again, but for right now.
For right now, it's fine. And then
Take the knee.
and then in the center, the greatest of them removes a knife from its belt and just flips it at you on the deck.
Okay. For 200 damage.
Then you are knifed.
No, he misses, but the knife is lodged in the deck at your feet, and you see the eyebrow just arch for a moment.
The creature's eyebrow?
Yeah,
The knife's eyebrow.
That's what I'm wondering.
the knife right there. Hey,
With this one, who knows?
what kind of knife is this?
It's like an expression. It's like the razor's edge. It's like the knife's eyebrow. That close.
Not touching that.
No, it's good. And then also, it's like, so that the knife hits and reverberates through the deck, and then you can hear below deck the sounds of battle.
Oh no. My girls.
Gross.
My girls.
Gross. Walnut on grass, it's your turn.
Well, I don't want to use all of my wild shape for the day. What to do? Okay. So, using my concentration, I bring down the lightning on the largest foe. Is there anyone near
plumpest
him,
foe.
or am I just going to get him?
Oh, you said it's within 5 feet? Mm-hmm. You can easily get 3 of them that way.
Fantastic. I would love to do that. Dex 17 for all of them, and
Indeed.
then I roll damage for all of them.
Oh, no.
15 plus 7,
22.
22,
4, and then one more.
26.
36.
Hey, not bad. That's better than the average. All right, so let me do some saves. So no. Goodness gracious. And what's the stat for the save?
Dex.
Yeah. The two flanking the center one, they get they can do double saves, so I need to do them separately. But the two on the outside definitely catch the full arc
Good.
of the blast, and it's 30. That's really, really good. Not
For once.
okay.
Not rolling a 22 on a level 5 moonbeam.
No one remembers that except for you.
No, you're the
I
only
only
one.
remember the success.
I'll take it to my grave.
That's probably true.
It's a 1.
It's a 1. It's a 1.
It's the Jerry number.
And so this thing has
More be
advantage
saved.
against magical attacks like this, and it has fucked it up twice.
Nice.
Incredible.
All right, so 36.
Across the board.
I'm loving it.
Roast them.
But, hang on. Let me make sure that is. Let me look at something real quick. Blah 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 blah.
Okay, I see that knife on the deck, and I'm like, ooh.
It's Chekhov's knife.
Is the writing on that one?
Yeah. This deck is like a magnet for
Action. Okay, so that was my action, but I am very nervous that I have no HP left. So as my bonus action, I will turn into a
Wolf.
dire wolf.
Yeah.
Woo! And so I am I'll stand over the knife so it doesn't have access to it.
Nice. That guarding
Yeah, just
behavior.
like take 1, 2.
Paw. Mm-hmm. All right. And then it's just like the claws click on the deck.
Evelyn does an involuntary puppy squeal.
It's like if you like dogs, this is a lot of dogs.
Walnut
Yeah.
blushes through the fur.
It's like the anime. It's
Yes.
somehow still able to blush outside of hair.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Ms. B. Singer, if you're nasty.
Yeah, I will. I am nasty. And how many of them are on the deck pummeling my nut?
Right, because they sweep out. It's like almost like a flocking behavior.
Yeah.
They sweep out and return to their formation.
Oh, okay.
So they just lash out as though from a single creature.
Okay. And so, are they on the deck now, or are they hovering?
No, they hover outside. They never
Outside.
stay on the deck.
Smart little bastards. Okay.
Are we allowed to?
Play Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah.
Are we allowed to give charges to each other? Have
No.
we ever done that?
Get no worky.
I know. Okay.
I want you to have 4 so bad.
I know. Well, it's okay. This is good. So, I think that I would probably try to access that shadow power, but it's
Dig
again,
in.
it seems to be I'm using it at times when I should be saving it, and so but this is totally fine narratively for Rosie. Like when she needs it the most, she is stressed out because you just took a beating. Sorrel is trying to beat, and now I've got 4. Sorrel,
Soft shoe.
Sorrel is confined to her corner, and so I lunged from the wheel to try to get them before they took off from you, but they were too fast for me. So I know what I can do is probably get a few of them, but it would be like tackling one to the ground. Like I wouldn't be able to make
Just
it
jump
back to
off the
ship.
deck?
Yeah.
Ride one around.
So the I try to the Grammamancy, I reach inside, it's not there, and then I look at you and you're in your wolf form. Do you have full hit points when you wild shape?
Yeah, I do. It's not a lot, but it's some.
Okay, all right. But you're safe enough from danger, and you are in your glowing splendor, Evelyn, on our ship, and you've got your cloak billowing behind you. We're all feeling bold, which, by the way, I guess.
I didn't do a melee attack.
Oh, that's right. It's weapon attack, right? And so, with that newfound boldness, even though it's I've got this. Okay, so the radiant cloak that billows around you, it lights the deck of the ship. All of the objects on the ship, maybe like ropes and other pieces of rigging, those are all illuminated, but the actual deck of the ship absorbs the light. Right?
Yeah, it's jet black.
Right, and it's not reflecting and it's not casting shadows, but where objects do cast shadow, I'm able to see like, oh, this is an extra bit of light that your light was able to cast this shadow, and I can reach toward it from where I am in the helm and pluck it from the ropes and the crates and whatever other boat shit we've got on
corner.
this. Yeah, whatever corners are still casting it, and I'm able to do it. So I cast Grammamancy
Right.
with Evelyn's assistance.
Indeed. And what do you do with it?
I pull it from these shapes into like fingers of shadow are pulled from the deck of the ship into my hand, and with one hand still on the wheel.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
I got the death grip on that wheel. I want to use those fingers of shadow and direct them toward these beings of celestial light in an attempt to
counter them.
to entangle them. Yeah, and drag them to the ship, because I think I can tell that they're doing that to remain safe, but they're not safe if they're here. 'Cause
Exactly. Not from the grandma.
We got a blender. Yeah.
Exactly. I will let you bring 2 of them onto the deck proper.
All right. I will take.
So you snatch them up, like their wings are bound instantly. The fingers just reaching, stretching, like twisting the wings and dragging them forcibly and slamming them down on the deck.
Yes, and then they're tethered.
Well, the deck itself is made of shadow as well.
Yes. Okay. Cool.
So, ordinarily Lagoti, now Evelyn Marthane.
I have 6 charges.
Yep, and you also have 2 new friends here on the deck, 3 just outside, but of course with your wingy boot,
Yeah.
it's a different situation
and
for you.
Did you guys decide on an ult? Is there a possible ult?
Oh, don't you worry about
I'm just
us.
checking. I just want to make sure.
So, in thanks to those who have provided said charges.
Yeah, to honor them.
Yes, in their honor specifically. Evelyn then says quietly to her friends, "You may want to shield your eyes for the next bit." And then she casts Can't Hurt Sunshine and goes like Sunshine Nuclear.
Whoa! Awesome.
I like it. So
I shield my eyes
exactly. So what we determined.
I look.
as a reaction.
I want to see.
I don't think it hurts on friendly
it won't.
creatures.
It won't.
Okay.
So this burst deals damage and dazzles blinding enemies within the radius.
What's the radius?
It's all these guys.
Nice.
Hopefully we'll have an opportunity to see what it looks like in a mass combat situation someday. But as it stands, they are now blinded and supremely damaged.
And the way that looks is that Evelyn kind of like calls light into herself, and you see it like slowly build, and it kind of like goes up her arms and through these like we call them tattoos, but they're kind of these like brand marks that were left on her after she changed from a construct to a human, but had still the Lathander boon on her. So it's all these floral and sunshine symbols that are on her body. So light kind of travels up them, like into her chest, and then just poof, explodes out.
That's awesome.
Dude, hell yeah.
And so that sun that crested around this world is now nearer to the battle than ever. And as you explode, it echoes that brightness where it
Nice.
is on its arc. And you can see that it's actually like traveling across and then slowly curving down toward the ship.
Cool.
All right, yeah, so that was a heap of damage and beneficial effects. Cthulhu's job.
Now, what am I seeing on the deck? I'm seeing
You see two new friends,
two friends.
two fascinating specimens, no doubt incredible opportunity to investigate. And
Put them in my bag.
Yeah, exactly. Get them in that sack. A lot to look at here, a lot to enjoy.
Put the whole world in your bag, Cthulhu.
No, let's do something about. So wait, now the other three are they? In what way are they dazzled? They're damaged.
Yeah,
They're
exactly.
blinded,
They're
right?
blinded.
Oh, okay. Walnut, I need your understanding of how one may perform a green flame blade. I'm a baby Hexblade. I do not understand the use.
Do you say this to me while I'm a wolf?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. No, it's
You have to.
No,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so I'm standing over this knife, and I look at you, but I'm not looking at you. I'm looking like into you, and it's in that moment that you understand how to do it.
Dang.
So yeah, I've
What
got.
kind of magical shit was
I
that?
want this app.
I did too.
You know what I mean?
I get the
know Kung Fu.
winter out. I'm like, and I look at Wolfnut, and I'm like, now I'm gonna do it to the. Let's do it to the two that are tethered.
Yeah.
Because the others are in the sky.
Absolutely.
Is that right?
Yes, you have advantage on these attacks.
Oh, that's right.
Are these fairy fired? These boys? Or they're tethered.
There,
yeah.
you have
And
advantage
and
like
blinded.
three
That's
different
true.
ways.
Yeah.
Take your pick. How you want to be.
But how is it structured? If I do it at 5th level, is it a 2d8?
It should say right up at the top.
Well,
So
it
it
does.
says.
So
1d8
right.
plus
Correct.
1d8 plus 5. But yeah, at 5th level, the melee attack deals an extra 1d8 fire damage and 1d8 plus your ability modifier for the second one.
Okay. In
plus
other
radiant
words,
damage.
because it has to be a part of a melee attack,
Right.
does that then mean that I am doing the melee damage
Yep.
plus the
The
Plus
green
then the
plus the
two?
green flame blade. Yeah, sure.
Does that work?
That sounds right. Let me read the spell
Because
again.
it sounds like a lot. Oh, here's the spell. Enjoy it.
I will.
You're going to love it. You know how
Part of the
fast I
action-
pulled that up?
Jerry, you didn't take
Yeah,
the charges
yes.
away from Evelyn?
On a hit, the target suffers the attack
How
from
do you know
normal
they didn't
effects
just give me full
and
war
green
right
fire
away?
leaps. And so it
It's true.
takes,
No,
oh, I see. So 1d8 is your normal attack damage, but because of this green flame blade, you get a second target that does that damage. So at 5th level, then you get 2d8 to the first target, 2d8 plus 5 to the second target. That's it.
At
Nothing
5th?
else. At 5th level, because
Yeah.
you're adding 1d8 to each.
Yeah.
Dungeons and Dragons.
But D&D Beyond would add that at 5th level for me. Does that mean I'm
No.
casting this at 4th level?
Well, if you want to cast it at 5th level, you can do it yourself, but you have to elect to do that. This is what it's cast at lower level.
I see.
Yes.
Then I elect so. Why would I not do that? Cast at 1st level. It's a 0d8.
It heals.
Yeah.
Hang on, at 5th
Oh, sorry.
Can I say that again?
Go on back.
At 5th level, 1d8 to the, yeah.
Yeah.
So from 1st to 4th level, it does this. At 5th level, it does that.
Okay, and then my to hit is +9. Melee. What's going on with this? All right. So first one on the deck.
Advantage.
Remember, you have it.
Fucking cantrip, by the way.
You have advantage.
Oh, okay. So that was I have a +9
To hit?
to hit. Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
Okay, so then maybe I hit that one. And then that one hits. That's an 18 + 9. Now the other guy.
Yeah.
3
That
is
is not
12. And my
Because it's
favorite.
special.
4.
Yeah.
So I
That's a
somehow I
13.
miss a prone and bound.
You're new.
I'm so thrilled
You're new.
by it.
It's okay.
Yeah. You're still, but that's a very Cthulhu moment in and of itself.
I keep looking over my shoulder and screwing up the slashes because I'm checking with you to see if it's good.
You see me growl.
So it's two. So is it then a cumulative 3d8?
No, total of 2d8.
Okay, 2d8. All right, here we go for the first one.
For a cantrip, come on. That's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Listen, I don't know.
Whoa!
So that's,
the number of the beast.
13 for that one. Oh, but then second target didn't
You
hit.
didn't hit it,
But
yeah.
plus the radiant damage from
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What's
which is
that
a
one?
Plus-
D4.
Yeah.
D4? I got one of
Okay.
those. Where's my special number now? Yeah.
So plus 2 on that one.
Yeah.
That's the number of the beast.
It's 15 total.
15 total.
Oh yeah, it's very, very good.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so
Delicious.
So you sharpen your hexblade on this divine creature, making careful notes about how you might change things next time.
It's a fucking cantrip, man. You got crazy. That's the thing. I think that's why warlocks have so few spell slots. It's because your cantrips are out of this world.
Yeah, because you're supposed to use them all the time,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That's where you're actually doing your shit.
It's the first time I've done it. The first time I've used this class. So.
Yay, Hexblade! You did it!
No, I meant yay, Warlock.
Yay! Oh,
I haven't done that at all.
So
Yeah.
the figure in the center of this group just sort of casts a glance to two of their fellows that flank them and just sort of indicates that he would like his knife returned.
Can they see it though?
The knife?
Can they see his gesture because they're
Oh, no,
blind?
they can't because they're blind. He does it though, and they can't see it, and he can't see it, and they're all confused. But they will still try to attack, even if they have disadvantage
One nut.
against this hand. I know. So last time everything went poorly for me. Let's see how this goes, because now I have disadvantage.
yeah.
Let's see if they're both good.
Do you want to borrow another d20 for your disadvantages?
Hey.
Hey, save you some time.
Right. So they leave their increasingly shaky-looking formation to attack our precious nut. Man, their plus is good, but it's not that good. 14, you said? Mm-hmm. That's a 1. How is the fucking... This is horse shit.
I gave him my
Okay,
worst
fine. I was just gonna say, you monster. You take back this accursed dice. I get 1 through.
Okay.
Nice.
1.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Hey. 7 points from the hit, and then another wicked spar of amethyst launches out of the adversary.
And then
Adversary with a capital A or just this guy?
Just
The one bird.
foe. 20 points.
20 points.
Jeez.
Wolfnut looks in agony.
Oh, God.
We hear that dog whimper.
No. Oh, no.
She's favoring a paw.
No. When Wolfnut turns back into Walnut, you have the
you?
hit points you had when you transformed. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
See,
do
we-
not get magically healed. Wouldn't that be broken?
That would be very, very, very busted.
There were times, friends. Here, so Shadow Chancellor, it looked like there was. I show a cauldron tipper. So is there a cauldron tip? Oh, that's marvelous. That's marvelous news. So Nut, Josh, if you'd be so kind.
Oh, boy.
Lay it on me.
So
Don't you do
so
it.
So you have retained your wolf form.
Until this cauldron tip, yes.
Exactly. Are you? What?
What? I mean, yes, until you do whatever you're
Oh,
going to
okay.
do.
And then maybe something's going to change. Truth. You can hear Truth's tiny talons on the deck.
Oh, okay.
Little hops, little scratches across.
Don't you kill my bird.
Oh. And then you can see her with a little berry in her beak.
Incredible.
And so she pops over. She pops over and puts the the berry into your maw.
Do you know how much they heal for, Jerry?
What's that?
Do you know how much they heal for?
What?
Good berries?
What?
Is it a good berry?
No.
Is it just a berry? Oh, okay, fantastic. I thought it was a helpful berry.
And because you have engaged with them so many times, so you chewed up.
Yeah, I chewed it
Yeah.
up.
Because you've engaged with Vizier and Truth so many times, as we've suggested, the spell is no longer required to speak to these particular birds.
Right.
She says, sleep now, Walnut.
What?
Sleep where winter never ends. And then she hops over to your eye and gets real close and says, sleep for 6 days.
What?
What?
This is Truth saying this, right?
Thank you, Josh.
Do I go sleepy bye?
You go sleepy bye.
I would think that when I go sleep that I would turn out of a wolf also.
Yeah, I think that's correct.
But elves, they can't sleep.
You're going to the trance, 6E, back at it.
It's a forceful trance.
What?
Well, it's just like on the deck of the ship, like
Oh my God.
all gunked up. All right, well, thanks, Truth. That's we've never had anything ominous from her before.
That's true. Yeah.
Truth hops a few more times, and with a couple quick flaps, drops off the edge of the ship.
Just gone?
Why would Nilan do this?
Is that clearly like a spell, or is it some sort of?
This is like a tiny bird that has materialized and fed her a fruit.
Yeah, but I mean the effect that is overtaking Walnut. Does it seem to be a magical effect, or does it seem to be some sort of biological effect?
It seems like a powerful poison of some kind.
I was gonna say because magically it wouldn't be possible, but
Right.
It
if
is
she
a-
ate something nasty, which she'd do.
Yeah.
Now,
Now,
tried to baby bird her before also, and she was like, no, but this time she let it happen.
Betrayal.
now, the main entity reaches into the air and withdraws a bow
Come on.
and tries to take a shot at Kafris.
I want that bow.
No. Now, what's your AC now?
16.
You're very, 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 very lucky.
Wow, that's quite lucky.
Walnut Dongrass.
I collect the arrow.
Can you touch it?
I lie there with
that's
not
what I
many HP in a trance,
It's just
and my call lightning has dissipated, and I do nothing.
there is
Do I
An-
dream?
an ancient primeval cold starting to creep through, first at the extremities, and then traveling closer up into your joints and limbs.
Can I try and fight it at all?
Absolutely. This is
Okay.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Survival?
Oh, you want to do some Ben Gesserit type shit?
Yeah, I do. You
Dude,
knew
this
exactly
is
what
gonna
I
be
was going
this is
for.
gonna be sick. Yeah, give it to me. Do you wanna do some stuff? You wanna put some as
stank?
I was gonna say no. Ryan, if Ryan were here, he would say stank.
No,
I can only call him Ryan because he's not here
I'm saving my 4 charges
for marriage.
for marriage.
Is this a saving throw?
It is.
You get +5.
Well, it will be after she determines after she does the survival check and figures out what she needs. Then
Okay.
it'll help.
21.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
That's quite good. You have bits and bobs from Whiffmid's apothecary kit.
I do.
The ones that you thought were the freshest and most useful. Some of the stuff that she has is literally not medicine.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She liked it. It was very important to her, but was not medicine in the classic sense.
Got it.
You think that you could put something together fast, but it's going to take. You have to do it fast, and then we have to do a saving throw.
Okay. I can move.
very, very slowly. So we want the action hero moment out of this, where they're like when they're putting the shoulder back in,
Yes.
this type of stuff.
So I reach into my bag and I like heave
And it's
it
just
open.
shivering like
So cold.
midwinter.
Oh, so cold. And I pull out 2 herbs and I just start rolling them in between my fingers so that they start making a paste. And
Yeah.
it's like not the way my mother would have done it, and she'd be ashamed to see me make it this way. But it's working. Like it's bruising the leaves and it's letting out some kind of odor that.
Yeah, that you know. And so it's just like.
And then I eat it immediately.
All right, we are looking for a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, and I get +5.
Yeah, because Evelyn is reaching for the puppy. No.
Shadow Council, Mayor Livers, please you.
Good night.
Your servant Walnut, don't grass suffer you. So who hasn't gotten it?
27.
Everybody knows the stuff.
Everybody's
the
got
stuff.
the juice.
And so you can feel, just like throughout your body, you can feel little green shoots and good living things starting to grow again.
Okay.
Rosie Beestinger.
Okay, we still got these boys strapped to the deck, right?
Yeah, you got a couple. You got a couple hot boys
All right. And I got advantage.
strapped to the deck for your use.
I have advantage on them.
Yeah.
Okay.
This metaphor keeps getting worse. It's
very bad.
I call to rescind the metaphor.
Okay. Done. So I'm gonna do all of my hits.
You're just gonna
I'm gonna
liquefy one.
I'm gonna play all the hits. And
So there's 2.
yeah.
There's 2 down here. One of them has already received Cthulhu's tender ministrations.
That's true. Okay. So I'll start with that one.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
And I got advantage on all of them. So that's going to be 25 to hit. Do you want me to roll damage as we go? Because I would, as soon as one is extinguished, I would move to the other target.
Absolutely.
Okay.
It's probably safest to do it that way. And
Okay.
I suspect that you may do well. So which one will you begin with?
The one that has more of the one that Cthulhu was attacking.
Perfect.
With the green.
I have all the
flame.
information here.
Okay, so the first staff hit will do just 4 points of damage.
Just 4 tender points.
Just 4 little tender points. But the second, they're restrained, so I don't think I would do a stunning strike. That's not necessary. But
It's too much.
It's too much.
It's gauche.
Yeah, at this point, ostentatious to a fault. And so the second, my staff will come back and attack again for 22 points. Sorry, that's 22 to hit,
Easy.
and then 5 points of damage.
Okay.
So then, assuming he's still alive, I go in with the kicks, which are going to be stern
God,
back of the neck.
I can't even imagine what this look like. If Rosie wants to kill a restrained creature,
yeah.
what does that look? What does that look like?
15 on that first kick.
No.
Did it hit? Okay. Second hit will be.
Womp, womp, womp,
I was the last one that hadn't gotten a net.
Yeah, I was just
20
gonna
yet
say,
this
and
game.
now it's
Wow.
now you have to understand. So, Shadow
Full
Chancellor,
set.
we have to find something to give these people.
Yeah.
Hat trick.
Yeah, this
This
has
is a
never
nightmare.
happened before.
This is a nightmare. We'll do something special for this week, but
next
this
week?
is a
Yeah.
true nightmare. You're costing me a lot of money, table,
Yep.
and
trying
you gotta reel in these 20s.
So then that final smashing kick will be. We just do double damage. We don't have max damage, right?
I mean, they used to. I mean,
Woohoo! Well, it doesn't matter. Got max damage anyway. So 6 + 3, 9, 18 points of damage with my foot.
that's 18 points is how much he had.
Yes!
Oh my god!
Amazing.
All right, so what does that look like? What does that kick look
Okay.
like?
Well, it was I
Ugh.
abandoned the helm, which was not my intent. I wanted to keep my hands on it, but when I saw Wolfnut transform back into Walnut and start to look extremely sickly, that was what I was like, no, all right. Then, so unwisely, I've left the helm unguarded, but I've marched over like the angriest, disappointed grandma, and I've looked at these boys, and they're all gnarly up on the deck and with their wings kind of like askew. I'm like, yeah, you're not so holy now, huh? Ha! And I beat him with my staff, and I'm like, oh yeah, you like that? And and the one kick, I'm like, that was just a warm up, and then smash right on the back of the neck to crack the spine.
Just right on the heel.
Yeah, just as hard as possible.
Yeah.
I'm screaming. It's a mania.
Yeah. It stops.
I don't like it.
Yeah. No, the sound will stay with you.
It's long lasting.
Haunting celestial scream.
Evelyn Marthane. So you've seen things definitely seem to be changing here on the deck. You extended your aura energy to your fallen friend Walnut on grass. One of these angelic creatures has just been snapped in half by an elderly woman. But there is a.
Who's got it going on? Honestly, like she's got good musculature.
There are a few more. So that that arc, that divine comet, and just you can feel the warmth of it on your face, and as its arc nears the ship, you can see angels descending on it, like swarming around it, hurling amethyst spears at the heart of it. Some simply hold up lanterns around it that cast a sickly gaze on it. And as they do that, its true golden arc falters. And instead of traveling toward the ship, it begins to veer off from your perspective to the left, and it travels through the column, like punches through the column, and it's like imagine a bubble in a syringe. There is a split second where the arc, where the beam in the column is completely occluded. And in that second, the adversary overhead begins to change its shape with incredible speed. It's the aperture in the base begins to widen, ratchet open ever wider. And elsewhere near the top, its shape begins to change as well. You can see that parts of it are pulling away, leaving holes and spaces inside the structure of the cap of it. So that when the beam hits again, the beam is cast out through the top in different directions of different colors.
Whoa.
And as that occurs, beyond the beam, you can see no evidence of the golden meteor at all. In fact, if anything, the adversary, what the C-team would call the sanguine, this structure up top, this prison, is brighter than ever.
So it looks like it ate it.
It looks like it was consumed in some way. And what's more, it looks as though the beam is being discarded or refracted in some way out from the top. And there is something like rain begins to fall. Imagine that like a silvery rain begins to descend from this entity overhead. Now it's your turn. I took my turn. And now you can go.
This is a lot for Evelyn, who takes a moment to kind of like almost, you can see her almost lunge toward this giant celestial happening with all of this energy and everything.
Yeah.
And then kind of realize how small she is in the face of all of this, and takes a moment to remember that she was brought here and specifically pointed toward this boat, and there are these people on it. And you see her kind of refocus. Walnut, are you okay?
One's just like chattering. She just goes like, yeah.
Okay, and then you see Evelyn's resolve kind of steel, and she is in a hurry now to figure this out so that she can deal with the big stuff. And she's going to go straight for the leader, who's still blinded, I think.
Yes.
So she's going to try to use her wing boots kind of just like loop-de-loop around him and come at him from the back with a two-handed battle axe strike.
This is great.
Cool. She rolls an 18 to hit.
That is insufficient.
No! I wanna re-roll.
You wanna go back? You remember?
Yeah, I remember the thing.
Okay.
I'm just double checking if there's anything else that she can do.
Happy Valentine's Day.
That's so nice. I'm trying to think if she. No, I don't think she can. All right.
Big money.
Lathander bless.
No whammies.
Come on, Lath.
Oh.
Ah,
Damn it. Okay, but how does
Oh,
this,
I have
how
two
does this-
attacks.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly.
All right, come on, Lathander.
Oh my
Plum, 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 plum.
God.
That's a 28 to hit. In fact.
Is that what I
That's
think it is?
It is
a
a
real
20.
20.
I have never
Plum,
rolled
plum,
this many
plum.
20s.
It's a blessed table.
I'm telling you, this is a blessed table. This trapezoid, it captures cosmic energy.
I've also been saving up all of the luck I have. For
Exactly,
dice.
exactly.
I'm going
No.
all on this game.
That's right. No, your servant, Evelyn Marthain, though she knows it not, has offered you a boon. So, what does it look like when Evelyn Marthain hits someone with a battle axe?
So I imagine, because she has two attacks, so the first one, she kind of came up behind and was trying to look really epic, you know, like legs posed and all this stuff,
Yeah,
very, very
the
pretty and all
pose.
this. Yeah, totally. But
The
she
silhouette.
just whiffs, like right, you know, like gets maybe like
Yeah.
a tendril of hair.
And you see that, like, but even the arc of it is enough to like ruffle the feathers
Yeah.
on one of the wings.
Exactly. And then, so you see her kind of like, "Ugh," and so she goes from like beautiful, like celestial, like holy warrior to just like, oh, now you've done it. Whoa, boom, just no grace whatsoever. Just a full, like, you know, when you like contract your abs so
Yeah,
hard to
yeah.
like, just a full like feet kick up,
This is like
axe kick
this
down.
is like the commercial for a piece of fitness gear.
Yeah.
Right? That optimal abdominal region
Yeah.
has been executed.
Yeah, just full on sandwich down. And this is with her Lightfall battle axe, which is her blessed like symbol of Lathander
Yeah,
on it.
mega
and all.
crunch.
Yeah, super. So it does 2d6 radiant damage, and she's going to put a divine smite on that.
as well.
Yeah, of course, might as well. So I'm just going to check the numbers. Come on. There we go. All right. What did I say? 2d8?
2d6.
2d6. All right, so she does 1 plus 1, 2. Great, awesome. Very, very cool. Yeah, then she gets an automatic d8 because of her improved divine smite, so that's 8 plus, where did I just lose my divine smite again? Okay, then she does 2d8 extra. What did I just say? 8.
Jeez.
13, 20, and then she's going to do it at second level, so that's going to be 1 more, 25, and it's not an undead or a fiend, so 25.
So what is
And she critted,
Yeah.
so it's double.
Oh, right. Double the 2d6, right?
Eh.
Yeah.
just double the whole thing. Why not?
Yeah, double.
Yeah,
I guess-
yeah, it's
double everything
50.
but the smite, probably. Yeah.
Yeah. The smite's
50.
separate, I think.
Yeah.
It's considered, it's like grease.
Oh, plus 4. I forgot the plus 4. So
Yeah.
that would have been 29.
But all of this is radiant damage, right? Against the solar.
Yes. So that would have been 29 plus the doubling of the 2d6, so 31, 32.
Okay. Separate out for me the physical attack plus the smite.
The physical attack was like 5.
Okay.
Wait, 9 because
Okay.
of the plus 4.
Uh-huh.
And then the rest of it was radiant,
Okay.
divine smite.
So it is 30.
What did I just say?
32.
32.
32, yeah.
Okay, so 23 points of it
Yes.
is from the Divine Smite. So the first time when you swing full pose, absolutely manifesting what's best in a servant of Lathander, you can see the light in the axe itself begin to gutter,
Ooh.
and it goes out. And then when you come back for your second swing, it flares into light again, like the last light it has in it. And you connect with the back of this angel. Tell me, what does Evelyn's divine smite look like? I feel like that's very important for today's paladins.
Tell us a story.
That's true. I've always imagined that her divine smite is kind of like, there. Of course, it's like bright and shiny and light, but the light
Yeah.
almost has a little bit of a liquid quality to it, so that
Oh,
it like
golden.
builds up around the axe, and then when it hits,
I
it
like
kind
it.
of like, there. It's not just a like shoo. It's like a
So,
yeah.
yeah. So you bury this axe in the back of this angel, and then when you draw on that divine reservoir to enable the spell, instead of it happening here, a spear of amethyst, perhaps 4 feet long, launches out of the adversary and strikes Kithris.
What?
So enjoy your 23 points.
Is that tasty for you?
Wow.
Yeah, it doesn't
So-
feel good.
That was like a cause and effect. Like what I did brought that upon Kithris.
It happened, like when you drew the energy out, this was the result. Like you made this withdrawal and that's what you bought. And it's clear to you that these two things are connected.
Can I make a return? I am not satisfied with my
Keep
purchase.
the receipt?
What was it, 20 what?
23.
23?
How you looking?
I'm pretty good.
He's robust.
Yeah,
They're robust.
yeah. I'm emboldened still.
Yeah, it's
true.
Indeed. You can start to feel, so this rain has begun to collect in slicks on the deck, and it is clearly just the slight tipping of the vessel in the air is making it pool and swim back and forth, and it's everywhere. There's no place that it isn't, and you can feel its oily nature descending throughout the entire area. There's one last sort of rending peel below the vessel, and from the edge, have you ever... It's important in my family. Maybe it's not important in your family. If I said Christmas orange, would you know what I meant?
Yeah.
Kind of.
The chocolate ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, we smash them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Imagine a Christmas orange that's made from 4 wedges.
Okay.
Now imagine that is what exists below the ship. Imagine that it is being split at 4 points around the beam,
Oh, the planet, yeah.
that it is opening wide like a claw, like a manipulator. And it is rising below the ship toward the Sanguilith.
Dope, yes.
You awake in your beds. The beloved letter, perhaps a mark of pride, perhaps just a point on your journey. Member in good standing, Acquisitions Incorporated. Omendron, proprietor of Acquisitions Incorporated, has offered somehow, via some method, some mechanism, has offered the use of his mother's inn, specifically 4 rooms above, for you to stay in.
Yes.
And you can operate the franchise from here. Some franchises have to spend extra gold in order to do that. But here, especially for a brand new franchise, it's an incredible opportunity maybe to save some gold. So we're going to go ahead and get started with the campaign next week. I'm super excited about it. And I don't know, I think it's going to be a pretty good game.
Are you freaking fucking kidding me? That does work at the whole time.
Thanks so much, Shadow Council, Mayor Labors, please you. Of course, we'll be back next week with
believe it.
Anna Prosser.
don't think-
Thank you so much for coming to the C Team. I have a lot of big plans for this campaign, and I cannot wait to share them with you. See you next time.